And so we've been covering this for a while, right? It's clear that the problem in meat processing plants isn't going away. The president ordering them all to be open didn't turn out to be a panacea for keeping people from getting infected there. But beyond the situation in meat processing plants, we are now seeing more and more all over the country that other congregate work environments, other places where people work together for hours on end, particularly in manufacturing or sort of processing plants, those places are also now starting to see large outbreaks in workplaces of all different kinds. This seems to me like the next phase. You look at local news around the country and you see these reports everywhere. You start to aggregate them and you realize this is more than just a blip here and there. This appears to be sort of the next wave of the way people are way Americans are getting infected when they go to work. With more and more states opening up workplaces, this is what we are starting to see more and more. Today, the Denver Department of Public Health ordered the closure of a U.S. Postal Service facility. And it's not just any postal service facility. It's not like a local post office. This is a sorting facility that handles all of the mail for the entire state of Colorado and the entire state of Wyoming. The Denver Public Health Department ordered that facility shut down after workers at that facility tested positive for coronavirus and inspectors couldn't get in to see what working conditions were like. That USPS shutdown in Colorado, which could have very large consequences. That comes just one day after we learned of an outbreak at a UPS facility in Tucson, Arizona. Union officials say at least 36 workers at that UPS facility have tested positive, and 3 of them are sick enough to have been admitted to intensive care units. There have been lots of cases at Amazon warehouse facilities across the country. Already 8 employees, all working at different Amazon warehouses across the country, have died from coronavirus. In Georgia, we've been keeping our eyes on a major outbreak at a nuclear power plant, of all places. More than 230 workers have been infected at a nuclear power plant. Officials in North Dakota have been grappling with a surge in cases at a wind turbine plant. Nothing about wind turbines specifically that put you more at risk for getting the virus. But if you work in a manufacturing environment that's elbow to elbow, where you're closely confined with your other workers day after day, it's just as good as anywhere. More than 140 employees at that wind turbine plant have already been infected. A beauty supply factory outside Chicago was recently forced to shut down after one of its workers died from coronavirus. There have been more than 100 cases reported at a Rhode Island facility that packages salads. Halfway across the country in Colorado, there was a cheese processing plant that was forced to shut down after a large outbreak there. I mean, you're seeing this in state after state, in all different kinds of processing and manufacturing facilities. Any place where people are working in congregate, a mushroom plant in Tennessee, a crawfish farm in Louisiana, any of a dozen or so seasonal farms across southern New Jersey. And it is reaching a boiling point for Americans who work in these environments. For the past few weeks, hundreds of fruit packing workers in Yakima Valley, Washington, have gone on strike, demanding higher wages, but also safer work conditions in terms of exposure to the virus. More than 350 agricultural workers in that area have already become infected with the virus. Yakima County, Washington. And we're seeing stories like this all across the country, day after day after day. We've started to realize as a country there's a problem in meat processing plants. But now with the country beginning to reopen, workplaces beginning to reopen, we've got to get our heads around the fact that we're seeing outbreaks in all sorts of facilities where workers work, travel, or live together in congregate. How do we begin to deal with this problem and learn to keep ourselves safe?